This happened years ago when I was in high school. My best friend, both of us 16, female, was staying the night at my house. My parents were out of town, just for one day, for their anniversary. I was in charge of my younger sister and I was a responsible kid. My parents knew my friend was staying over. I got my sister to bed in her rooms upstairs, then hung out watching movies and talking with my friend. We eventually fell asleep on the couches in the living room. I was a sound sleeper, but suddenly I woke up with a bad feeling. I could tell that I had woken up from hearing or sensing something. I lay still in the dark, on my side, looking out across the living room to the dining room window. It was open. It was one of those floor-to-ceiling windows that you could slide up from the bottom. It was several feet open. I could see the curtains blowing in the breeze. I froze, trying not to panic. That window was always closed. Just then I caught some motion out of the corner of my eye. There he was. A large brutish figure, dressed in dark clothing, wearing a black ski mask, crawling around my house. He was facing away from me at the time. I watched as he crawled toward my friend on the other couch. He stopped inches from her face and just stared at her. Then he turned toward me. I quickly shut my eyes and pretended to be asleep. I do not know why that was what I did, but that was all I could think to do. I could feel my heart beating out of my chest and thought he would surely hear it. I fought to keep my breath even and my eyes calmly closed. It felt like I was doing a really bad job of it. I sensed him close to me. Then I heard him crawling away. I opened my eyes slowly and saw him moving back towards the open window. He slowly climbed out, shut the window, and was gone. I waited 5 painfully long minutes, then woke up my friend. We called the police. They showed up minutes later and searched the neighborhood with flashlights and dogs. They found a piece of black clothing that likely ripped when he was climbing in or out. They never found anyone. I will never know who it was or what their intentions were. But that figure looked very familiar and I had a strong suspicion. He was a sort of a family friend. He knew my parents were out of town and that my friend was staying over. I told my parents about my suspicion. They were not so sure, but I noticed that they kept him out of our family's life after that. I was grateful for that. My dad had a lock installed on the window and put in a security system. 5 or 6 years later, the man I had suspected was convicted of molesting his daughter's friends at a sleepover. Creepy man crawling around my house. Whoever you were, let's not ever meet again.